My dear friends, welcome to Rajashekhar classes on Applied Data Science with Python. This is lecture number 299. In this lecture, we will try to understand decision surface with different data sets. First, let me consider a data set known as outlier.csv dataset. This is my data set. As we were discussing, I will provide all these data sets and code details in my Google site link. Just observe this particular data set. This is for k value is equal to 1. If you observe this data set carefully, here is a very interesting case of outliers. Just see what is this. This portion is all of my red points, isn't it? All of my red points. In similar manner, if you observe carefully, what about this? This is all of my blue points. All of my blue points, isn't it? All of my blue points. But I have bunch of blue points here. Just see here, this one. And again, I have bunch of red points here, isn't it? Here bunch of blue points and we have a bunch of red points, isn't it? Because I have small sets of outliers. I can say the small sets of outlier. This is one small set of outlier. This is another small set of outliers here. It basically changes my entire shape of my whole shape of my decision surface. Just see, because of these outliers, these outliers, just observe carefully, this entire shape of the decision surface changed, isn't it? It's basically changes my entire shape of decision boundary, isn't it? If these points are not there, let me assume if these points are not there, if these points are not there, my decision boundary probably my decision boundary probably maybe like this. It will be like this. Of course, we have to draw it and just because of these outliers, this decision boundary changes, isn't it? It is basically changes my entire, these outliers basically changes my entire decision boundary. Even for large values of k, decision boundary does not change much. Just see, for k value, for k equal to 5, again the decision boundary is not changing much. Just see, observe it almost, because of outliers, because for k equal to 15, still we are not able to get good decision boundary, still, isn't it? Still you are getting, because of these, it is basically, these outliers basically changes my whole shape of decision surface even for large values of k. Now we will try to understand another data set known as XOR data set. This is a CSV file. I will provide this CSV file and all coding details in my future lectures. I will discuss and I will, as I told you, I will provide in my Google sites. Just let me explain this output first. Now, this data set is called XOR data set. What is this data set? This is XOR data set. Why it is called XOR data set? Because how does XOR looks like? Just try to recall XOR. Just try. Let me keep. How can I write XOR? Let me write like this. Let me say this is 0, this is 1. Yes. Again, let me say this is 0, this is 1. What is your XOR gate? Opposite. 0 means 0 means same symbols you will get 0. Opposite means 1. 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 0. This is XOR gate, isn't it? How it looks like? This is one class. This is one class. This is 0 class. Isn't it? Therefore, this is similar to that one only. Just see, this is one class, this is another class. It is just similar to XOR. This is called XOR data set. Very interesting data set, and KNN does a very good job for this particular data sets. Is it not just similar to your XOR gate, isn't it? Yes, if you observe carefully, it's KNN does a very good job of separating and saying that this whole region, just see, this whole region is blue. This whole region is blue, and this whole region is red, isn't it? Again, this whole region is red. This whole region is blue. It is separating nicely, isn't it? KNN does. I can say KNN does a pretty good job, isn't it? A pretty good job. Yes, as K value increases, the decision boundary gets smoother. Just see, this is for K equal to 1. If K equal to 5, just if you have, as I told you, as we were discussing, as K value increases, the decision boundary gets smoother and smoother as usual. Just see, you are getting smoother. For K equal to 15, you are getting smoother surface, isn't it? A very interesting data set is called two spirals data set. Now we will try to understand two spiral data set. That particular data file is known as two spiral.csv. Just observe this one. I can say, as I told you, it is very interesting data set, two spiral data set. All these are toy data sets. Initially in first lecture itself, we were saying that these are basically toy data sets. These 9 data sets are known as toy data sets, which are extremely useful to understand how algorithm works. One spiral in the other spiral, very interesting. But of course, there is one problem here. If a query point comes here, just let me say this is my query point. If K equal, for let me consider for K, for higher values of K, let me say K equal to 5. For simplicity, let me assume K equal to 5. Let me say this is my query point. If this is my query point, I need 5 nearest neighbors. Why? Because K equal to 5. Because of K, 5 nearest neighbors are red points. Here this will be colored as red color, isn't it? But actually this spiral can be extended itself. Just see, just extend the spiral. If I keep on extending the spiral, but it can be extended itself, this point would be actually blue point. Just see, if I keep on extending this spiral, this could be a blue point, isn't it? Just think about it. Just because I don't have data here, just we are considering 5 nearest neighbors, and we are coloring it as red color. Similarly, in this region, for example, if I take a query point here, I need 5 nearest neighbors. Because of this, these are blue colors. I will keep blue color. But if I keep on extending, if I keep on extending this spiral, it would be, but there is no red points in this. This would be a red point, isn't it? This is one of the problem with two spiral data sets. As K value changes, you get smoother and smoother surface, just as usual. Just let me consider one more data set. That data set is random.csv file. This data is random data. It is, I can say this is very interesting data. How it is useful, we will try to understand. Just let me show the data set first. This data set is called random data. What type of data it is? It is random data. Random data, isn't it? Very interesting data, where both of my classes are fully overlapped. Just observe, both of my classes, red class and blue class, they are fully overlapped, and there is no way to separate, blue points from red points. In such a case, what happens? Whatever your value of K, whether K equal to 1, just see, whatever the value of k, because there are slightly more, just whatever the value of k, you cannot separate these points. Just execute this piece of code with different values of k, so that you can, there are slightly, just if you observe carefully here, if I take query point, there are slightly more red points, therefore this region will become red. Just it's understanding the color of each region I already discussed by taking k values. Just change k value 1 to 5 so that you can understand slightly move. If you it just depends on density of points. It always, if I take query point here, it's become blue color. Why? Because if k equal 5 means if I take 5 neighbors, this automatically this color will be blue color. As I told you, as we were discussing, for random data sets, even though if you keep on increasing k value, you cannot find correct decision boundary. I can say like this, it just depends on density of points. For random data, I can say, otherwise let me write, for random data, no machine learning, no ML means machine learning model, no machine learning model work very well. That's what I am saying. Just keep on, if you keeps on increasing this k value, you will not, these red class will not be separated from blue class. So this is called random data. So whatever the value of k, it is not possible to separate these points, these red points from blue points. Just these are simple data sets. Anyway, I will provide code. Just keep on changing k values. If you keep on changing k values, you can realize decision boundaries. In the case of random data sets, even if you keep, usually as k increases, you will get smoother decision surfaces. But in the case of random data, you will not get smoother data sets. The data nature itself random. We discussed these decision surfaces with 9 different data sets. Please go through these lectures, play around it. For each data set, change the values of k, understand the decision surface. In my next lecture, I will explain the code. As I told you, I will provide all these data sets in my Google site after 1 or 2 weeks. Then in next lecture, I will discuss about this code. This code is simple and straightforward. Just by using this code, play around it, change k values for different k values for different data sets. If you play around it, you can understand how decision surface changes according to k values. Thank you very much.